Hey, well, welcome to Newspaper Breakdown, 14th of the 11th. Hope you all had a weekend. Lots of news to run through as always. Jeremy Hunt has come out, who's the Chancellor of the Exchequer, of course, come out and said that everyone's going to be paying more tax, which is expected, but hopefully it's going to be that rich people are going to pay more, but we shall see. Normally when it comes out with stuff like this, it turns out when I say everyone's going to pay more tax, it tends to be the poorer people who get hit hardest. So I expect that to continue with the Tories, but we can always live in hope, can't we? But on the 17th, so a few days from now, or 3 days, so Thursday, we're going to hear the autumn statement. So we'll know then just how much everyone's getting fucked. But Jeremy Hunt is expected to delay much of the £55 billion in savings to plug the made-up hole that in the public purse until after the next election, which is, I mean, it's abhorrent that he's. If this does happen, it is abhorrent, because the reason that they're doing this is because they can argue that it'll make it look like the Tories are still being nice. That's the game. You'll notice every time that there's an election, the budget before the election, the Tories or Labour, don't matter, they always put in a really nice, or they try to put in a nice statement, a nice budget for everyone, because then people are so fucking stupid that they ignore the previous 5 years of cuts and then they just look at this one budget, and you'll have all the front pages saying, oh, well, look, beer's cheaper now and it's cheaper to buy a pie. And that's all you want, isn't it, you scummy little pricks? That's everything you need. Now go out and vote for the fuckers who have screwed you over for the past 5 years, and we're all there stupid like zombies walking towards the polls going, oh yeah, they're good for us, they really are nice for us. We're continually in an abusive relationship, but they buy us flowers on the lead up to Valentine's Day, so we forget about the fact they beat us for the previous 363 days of the year. Useless. And they're going to, and it also delaying it. If they put in a 5-year budget and they delay the majority of the cuts for the final 2 years, the expectation is that the Tories are going to lose the next election. So when everything starts proper hitting, we blame Labour. Look, they're awful, they're bad. And once again, because humanity is such a pile of waste, we will all go, oh my, these Labour are awful, aren't they? Ignoring the fact that the previous 12 years have been the Tory cuts that has led us to this, and the cuts that will be occurring when Labour are in will be from this. It's ridiculous. Over in Africa, expanding, this is a report by the Carbon Tracker think tank, expanding oil and gas exports would threaten economic stability of African countries. So the demand for fossil fuels is likely to fall in the medium terms, making relying on gas exports to fuel the economic growth in African countries a short-term risky strategy that would be better placed if it was all boosted into something like solar power, which is not only better for the environment but has a much longer term shelf life. Well, hopefully it does, which would help them grow their economy in a much safer way instead of relying on gas, which if prices fall, they're fucked. And prices are expected to fall as there's going to be a lot less demand for gas. So you can have companies and African countries spending billions in new infrastructure for gas, and there isn't going to be a need for it. So they're going to put all that money and they're all going to fucking lose it, unless hopefully they do decide to go more towards renewable energies, which Frankly, you could have the majority of African countries push forward as the renewable energy capital of the world, especially over solar panels, and could help grow whilst the rest of the world give money to Africa to help them fight climate change, making sure that they can live comfortably instead of the harsh climate that they're going to have to live in because we've destroyed the fucking world. That'd be nice. Yeah, shrinking demand would leave Africa with huge investments in gas infrastructure, but no export market to actually sell it to. So, as I say, hopefully, G7, they all work together. That renewable. Over in the US, Democrats have kept control of the Senate, and the House of Representatives is still yet to be decided. It's been like a week. It may be because there's so many, but you'd expect there's more people there to do the counting, so you'll be able to get through it quicker. But Christ on a bike, we still don't know who's got control of the House of Representatives. But Democrats keep control of the Senate. This is the whole red wave, wasn't it? Everyone going, you saw it on Fox. The red wave's coming. The red wave. We're going to destroy the Democrats, and the Democrats are going to be shit and going to be nowhere to be seen. And it didn't happen. So everyone's blaming each other now. The majority of people who Donald Trump supported didn't get in. He wasn't the great winner that we all assumed. And so everyone's blaming each other, and it's fun to watch them all just be wrong. It's lovely to watch it. Good times. There was a new study by the Institute of Fiscal Studies which suggests that the educational success by most minority ethnic groups in the UK does not translate to better pay and careers, with evidence of clear discrimination in both. It's just the continual proof of there being institutional racism in this country, even if it's hidden. It is there. You don't even need to look hard to continue seeing it. Like most of the largest minority ethnic groups obtain English and maths exam results at least as good or better than those by their white British counterparts, and more likely to go to uni. But that has not translated into better or even equal success when it comes to pay and careers, with fewer admitted to the most prestigious unis or obtaining degree results as good or better than their white counterparts. Now, there's good and bad in this story. The good is you see the educational improvements that have come over the years, which is fantastic news. It's one of the steps into equality. Everyone getting better education is a win. Good times, isn't it all lovely? But we are still seeing that is not turning into equality, with everyone being given the same chances. Even now, when you see that minority ethnic groups are getting better educational scores than their white counterparts, that isn't working to shrink inequality as you would expect it to. Hopefully in time it will do, but still we're still seeing discrimination, which shouldn't be. I see no need for it, but it's where we are, unfortunately. I'm not solving racism today. I can't even begin to think how to slap everyone until they stop being such a cunt would be my fucking idea. More than 40,000 refugees are waiting between 1 to 3 years for decisions on their claim, which is the continuation. We keep on hearing everyone, we're doing such a fantastic job. The Home Office isn't fit for purpose in any way, shape or form. That's going in that we've only had useless, vile people running the Home Office since May, everyone attempting to be a bigger bastard than the one before. But these figures coincide with a new deal between the UK and France, where the UK will be paying £8 million more a year, which is 55 million last year, to 63 million this year, to France to try to stop the Channel crossings. The government have not said if this will do that, though. Sunak has said it may do, but just one thing isn't going to fix it. So under the new agreement, the UK police will be embedded with French counterparts in control rooms and on beaches with officers, silly prick, will go from 200 to 300 people. We're going to have more investment in tech, night vision, CCTV, all of this stuff, drones, and going to make it all look really, really sexy. Whether or not we'll do anything to actually help refugees, it's a different question. I assume none of this is going to go to actually supporting refugees, which potentially would be an easier way of solving all of the problems, wouldn't it? Finally, as many as 1 in 3 hospital beds filled with patients that are fit to discharge. This means that we've got potentially 1 in 3 patients who doctors have said you are free to go, you are fit enough, well enough to be able to leave. However, the reason that they are still there is because of chronic underfunding in the social care services. Meaning that they cannot be, because they've got no place to go. So all they've got is that bed. And so we're heading toward winter, where if the weather ever does break and it stops being so mild, we will probably see another flu season that will put even more strain onto the NHS. And we're going to see more cuts to the NHS, and we're not going to see any growth in social care, because if you want to solve, one of the things is if you want to solve the health crisis that we have with the NHS, social care is one of the major things, because if you want to have the beds there, you can't have people who are able to be discharged still in the beds with nowhere to go, because there isn't enough money in social care to fucking put them anywhere. So the solution would be a new government, because the black hole, as I've said, the black hole is made up. 55 billion made up number, arbitrary, it's nothing. So we do have the money there, and the best way to grow an economy is to put money into the economy. It's not to cut everything. It's never to cut anything if you want to grow as a and I don't like the whole run it like a business. You don't run it like a business, because a household debt is not the same, or business debt is not the same as government debt. The continual belief that it is fallacy, if best. But we've gone through the stories, so I hope you enjoyed it. If any of you are in London Wednesday, come down to Comedy Under Siege, new material night that I run in Aldgate. Fantastic night. Brilliant acts. How new material should be seen, frankly. 5 acts, 15 minutes, which is how it should be done. So we've got quality acts doing new material. It's a very warm room where you can hopefully have a good time. Catch you later. Bye.